Hey y'all, welcome to my super duper late night stream. Um, I was going to get on here and record some music, but before I do that, having asthma and being a music person, not a good combination, especially if you're trying to sing. So tonight we have a little bit of Nebulizer 101 because, folks that live with asthma, especially chronic asthma, that's moderate or severe, using nebulizers, using rescue inhalers, that's just part of life. So I figured tonight we would talk about that. There's different dosages of nebulizer fluid. They come in a box. And each box has little packets that look like this. You pop that bad boy open. There's 5 of these little tubes. I've got 2 left from this package. And we just pull one off. Oh, okay, so that's what I'm using. And then we have one little tube. Put the other one back in the baggie. All right. And so now we have our little tube. And this is our glorious friend, the nebulizer. We have our wonderful little on-off switch right here. And in the front here, we have what is an inflow, and that's capped off because we're not using it. And then we have an outflow, which it will push air out. This thing concentrates air, and then it pushes it out of this tube into your tubing that goes to your mask. So we take our lovely little machine. This is our friend. I call him the Breathe Good machine. And then we take one end of our tube and shove it on there as good as we can. If it feels solid, it's not wiggling around, it's not likely to fall off. Okay, we're good. It's not going to fall off. And then we conveniently locate Mr. Nebulizer somewhere nearby. And then we find the other end of our tubey tube. And we find our mask. I like to use a mask. There are just little stick wand things that you can use. I don't like those because they require more fiddliness, and I don't like that. So we take the end of our tube and our mask. There's a little thing down here on the bottom that you can shove that on. And again, you make sure you got a good connection. It's on there as firmly as it can be. And now you're hooked up. Now you need your medicine. This is a tube of albuterol. They come in different dosages. The dosage on this one is 2.5 milligrams, and it's in 3 milligrams of saline solution. So my albuterol is dissolved in salt water. Nice, lovely, sterile stuff. So we take the top of our our mask off. Take our little tube and we go twist, 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 and now the top is off. We put that to the side, and then we take our tubey tube and go and squirt all that lovely liquid. Our Breathe Good liquid goes in the medicine cup Then we set the empty tube aside. Put our mask back on the medicine cup. And then take the mask. And then we have Breathe Good magic. And notice the way that my voice sounds right now. It will change. Now for the boring part. And I've got music on so that you guys do not have to be completely bored and just listen to me sit here in Darth Vader. And now I hit the magical on button. We love the on button. The on button's our friend. And now I have to take this apart and go rinse out and wash the cup and the pieces inside the cup, because you have the top, the mask, and then you also have little pieces inside here, and you have to, after every time you use it, you have to rinse out, wash it, and sterilize it, because you don't want to give yourself nebulizer cooties, mask cooties, from one treatment to the next, because if you don't clean this out and maintain it properly, you can actually make yourself worse rather than better, and you don't want to do that. So proper maintenance, very important. Sterilizing, cleaning, all that stuff, very important. And you can hear at the end of the treatment when the cup is beginning to be empty, and at that point, you know you're done. The coughing is good. It's important. It's actually what that is partly that's your lungs opening back up, and also partly it is getting all of that gunk that having an asthma attack will generate in your airways. And so that's both a sign that your airways are opening back up, and that's also getting all of that nasty phlegm and everything that's built up down in there. That's bringing that up and getting rid of it so that you can breathe properly again. Yeah, and there we have my lungs opening back up, and I know you can hear a difference in my voice. Before it was deeper and gravelier and just kind of fluidy, and now it's probably a little bit more higher pitched, clearer, and you can hear a difference between before and now. Now, what the nebulizer does as far as making the medicine that I put down in here in the cup into something that I can inhale, it pushes that air through that fluid and it aerosolizes it and turns it into a mist. And then I can breathe that mist in, pull it down into my lungs, and use it to open my lungs back up. Albuterol is a stimulant. And that's important because you need to stimulate your lungs to open back up. But also here in a minute or so, because it doesn't just stay in your lungs, it goes throughout your body because it hits your bloodstream after it goes into your lungs. There's an aftermath, a side effect to using albuterol as a asthma treatment. After you do a breathing treatment, at least every time I do a breathing treatment, I get what I refer to as the albuterol shakes, and it lasts anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. And during that time, my hands are not really useful, and it feels like the whole inside of my body is shaking, and yeah, it's just really fun. But downside, I get the albuterol shakes afterwards. Upside, I can breathe. And I think the upside is more than worth the 15 minutes of suck that I get afterwards. So yeah, that's using a nebulizer. That's how you do a breathing treatment. That's what a nebulizer is. That's what a breathing treatment is. And if you're newly diagnosed with asthma and you're being confronted with using a nebulizer, whether it's you or you've got a child that was just diagnosed with asthma, I hope that this helps you feel a little bit more comfortable with the whole idea of using a nebulizer. and doing the breathing treatments and how that all goes together. Also, when you're doing a breathing treatment, you want to try to breathe as deeply in as you can and as deeply out as you can. Because I'm a trained singer, I breathe differently. I do what's called diaphragmatic breathing. That's where I breathe down into my belly. I don't just breathe up here in my chest. I breathe all the way down to my belly. And when you're doing diaphragmatic breathing, when you breathe in, if you've got your one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach, you want the hand that's on your stomach to be the hand that's going in and out when you're pulling your breath in. So when I'm doing a breathing treatment, I will breathe like I'm singing, because I want to open up all of that lung space, because when I'm singing, I need all of that lung space. And if I only open up the top part of my lungs, there's lung space that I am not using, that I need to use. Because if I can't breathe as deeply as I am actually capable of, then I can't hold a note for as long, and I can't sustain notes as long as sometimes is called for. Doodles, don't you even freaking dare. Sorry. Mischievous felines. That's par for the course and life when you have fuzzy little minions that are bratty. And cats typically are bratty. So that is Nebulizer 101, Breathing Treatment 101, and I hope this helps anybody that is newly diagnosed, newly having to deal with having a nebulizer, whether you've had asthma for a while, and it was just borderline, and then it ramped up into full-blown asthma that's either mild, that's either moderate or severe. Hello, Doodles. Oh, are you a cute little kitty? Are you gonna stream bomb me again? Yes, here's my stream bomber. Yeah. He thinks stream bombing is the thing to do when mommy is trying to talk about important things. But he thinks that there's nothing so important as loving on the doodle. Yeah, there's nothing as important as loving on the doodle, is there? Yeah. Yeah, because Doodles thinks he's the most important thing ever that anybody ever created. Yeah. So yeah, you've gotten Breathing Treatment 101, and then you've also gotten to hang out with the doodle a little bit. And that makes life all good. Doodle says, Mama, put me down. Put me down, Mama. I'm done being on camera. Don't want to be on the internet today. Doodle, are you just taking care of me tonight? Yeah. But hopefully this helps. And anybody that was feeling a little overwhelmed by using a nebulizer, by doing breathing treatments, if you're new to this, whether it's for you or whether it's for your kid, that's all there is to it. Basically, you fill up the gizmo and you just breathe. So here's to just breathing. I love all y'all. I'll see you next time.